Welcome. I'm Dr. Dawes with the Paulding County School District, and I'm here to tell you all about dual enrollment. So welcome to the 2023-2024 Dual Enrollment Virtual Summit. Let's get started. So what is dual enrollment? Dual enrollment is a fantastic opportunity for our students to take college courses that count for both college credit and high school credit. Our students can take up to 30 hours of college courses for free. That's right, for free. It's a fantastic opportunity for many of our students. However, there are some things that we need to make sure that our students know and our parents know about prior to, really getting into this opportunity. First of all, not everybody is eligible to take a dual enrollment class. There is a grade level restriction, so it is open for all 11th and 12th grade students. For 10th grade students, some of our 10th graders can take these courses. For 10th grade, if you're interested in dual enrollment, you can only take CTAE classes at a technical college, or you could take core classes in 10th grade, but you've got to meet Zell-Miller requirements, which means you'd have to have a 3.7 GPA and a 1200 SAT score, which most students for by their sophomore year would not have that score yet. So it does limit that 10th grade participation. But still, 30 hours is available for free, and waiting till their junior or senior year is completely fine, and we have plenty of room in most schedules to make that happen. Okay, so what is covered and what is not covered? Okay, so books, tuition, mandatory fees, those are all covered. So the vast majority of our dual enrollment coursework and really the fees that would go along with it is going to be free. What is not covered would be course-related fees. So if we had lab fees, those are the most common. So if you're taking a science course, there could be a lab fee. And expenses for travel, and of course, living on campus. We're not living on campus doing dual enrollment. You're still a high school student taking college classes that are just counting for both high school and college credits simultaneously. So there is really two options. We have the most common option, which we refer to as option A, which is where you take some classes at the college and some classes at the high school, or you can be full-time at the college. There's a lot of different options that you can have inside of that option A. Or you can take what we now call is the Advanced Career Diploma, which is formerly known as option B. Option B students or Advanced Career Diploma students really take fewer high school classes, and then you would move on to take just a couple of certificates at the technical college level, or one diploma program, or earn an associate's degree. It's really meant for students who are trying to get out of high school as quickly as possible and enter the workforce. So you do take less high school classes, and then you kind of immediately jump into your college level coursework. Okay, so that's not something that the majority of our students do. It is meant for a particular group of students trying to progress into their career at a quicker rate. All right, so how do we get started? So there's a process that starts with really the student and the parents talking about what do you want to do? We've got to choose the college that you attend. There is something that's a little bit different than a lot of our high school courses. We're involving high school guidance and college acceptance, right? So you have to be accepted into the actual college. So if you choose to go to Chattahoochee Tech, they may have some guidelines for acceptance, but if you go to, let's say, Georgia Tech or the University of Georgia through dual enrollment, they may have different qualifications to get in. So you have to be accepted at the college. You have to do your research, figure out those admissions requirements. Do you want to be full-time or part-time? Do you want to take, part of your classes at the high school and part of your coursework at the college, or do you want to be full-time at the college? You have to do that research, that initial research, and have those conversations. We're going to schedule and take an entrance exam if you need it. most of our post-secondary institutions no longer require that you take an SAT score to enter into dual enrollment. However, that is not true for all of our schools. You have to check. It's done on an individual school basis. And then we have to apply and get accepted to the actual college. And with that application, keep in mind there may be deadlines that are earlier than our regular school deadlines. Then you'll need to attend a dual enrollment information night or watch a narrated PowerPoint on the district website, really just going over all the district paperwork. It's a very different thing. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider, which we'll talk about here in a moment. You need to meet with your high school counselor. The high school counselor is really the person that's walking the student through this process. So you'll set up a meeting with that high school counselor, and then you kind of go from there, walking your way through that paperwork. There is online paperwork through Georgia Student Finance Commission. You have to complete a funding application. So basically you're applying to the state for them to fund this dual enrollment course or pay for the course for you, right? Because it's free to the student, but the state of Georgia is actually paying for the course. And then finally, the counselor will accept the funding application on their end, and you're good to go. I know that sounded like a lot, but really your high school counselor can work with you to get through that process. All right, let's talk about the benefits of dual enrollment. There's lots of great things with dual enrollment. It looks great on your college application. The biggest thing is that you earn college credit for free. I mean, that's the most significant. I mean, 30 hours is going to be about a full year in most places for your college degree. So you can get a full year of college for free using dual enrollment funding. It provides flexibility in your schedule. So like I said previously, you can take all your classes at the college, or you can take 3 of your classes at the high school and 1 at the college. You could take online classes through the college. So it does provide a great deal of flexibility. You can take classes that you normally wouldn't get an opportunity to take. For example, right now we do not have welding inside of any of our schools, but you could take a welding course at Chattahoochee Tech and start working your way towards a certificate in welding. That could lead to a career opportunity where you can make some really good money. So there are different things that you're able to take if you do dual enrollment. You get to gain experience at the college level. This is kind of dipping our toe into post-secondary life, seeing how we fit in with, taking a course that is as rigorous as a college course can be. And then core courses and world language courses will actually get you 10 weighted bonus points on your transcript. So if you pass the course, then we add 10 points to that grade for your weighted GPA. So those are all benefits. Now, there are some things to consider. You have to consider your academic and emotional maturity. This is not for everyone. While it's a great opportunity, it is not for everyone. You have to keep in mind that these courses are rigorous, and with the emotional maturity piece, there's not going to be a teacher that is, dragging you across, the finish line if you are late on assignments or things like that. These are college courses with college expectations. So we need to make sure that we understand that. Students are going to be the only ones that communicate with your professor. That's a big difference. If your mom or your dad have an issue with a grade, or they want to contact the school doesn't really want to speak with the parent. They want to speak with the student because they are a college level student. That's different than, if there's an issue at a school, a lot of times you can call the school, the assistant principal, the principal, the counselor, and they can work that out. But here, if you called the school about an issue, if you called your high school about an issue, there really wouldn't be much they could do. They would tell you that you're going to have to contact the college. So that's something to consider. You're going to have to speak with your high school counselor before making any changes to your schedule. Keep in mind that the state of Georgia funded these classes. So if you drop a class, you have to tell the counselor. Sometimes dropping a class can lead to a failing grade on the high school transcript, which is very, that would be a pretty impactful thing for many of our students. So we have to be cautious about changing our schedule once it's approved. We want to contact our high school counselor for participating in dual enrollment for the following semester, making sure your schedule is good to go for that following semester. And finally, you have to be aware of all the deadlines. You have to be really responsible if you're doing dual enrollment. This is something that we should not take lightly. A lot of our students that take dual enrollment are self-starters, they're self-motivated, and those are typically the students that do well. If you're not in that category, sometimes the students can struggle. So these are some things that you have to consider. All right, so over the past, really 5-6 years, really going back to 15-16, so even beyond 5 or 6 years, we've had students take dual enrollment courses. So let's hear from some of our students about their experiences at the colleges.
Hi everyone, my name is Kemi Sagusan. I'm a student at East Paulding High School, and I'm also a dual enrollment student at Chattahoochee Technical College. Today I'm going to be discussing with you some pros about dual enrollment. I want to first start off by saying I have not had a bad experience with dual enrollment. The classes are engaging and the professors really care about your academics and grades. One of the pros is definitely the environment. Dual enrollment gives you an opportunity to interact with students from various high schools, and it's also an opportunity to explore courses your high school may not offer. Another one of the pros, and probably my favorite, is online classes. This year and last, all my classes were online, so I was able to physically go to school and then dual enroll in the comfort of my own house. Most online classes are self-paced, and self-paced classes basically means you can access and complete lectures, reading assignments, and other assignments at any time during a specific time period. So you want to make sure you have good time management skills and know when assignments have to be done. Also be able to know how to teach and guide yourself, of course. With all that said, whether or not you decide to enroll, I wish you the best of luck through your high school journey. Bye!
In AP courses, you really, everything is through the high school, but in dual enrollment courses, you're taking courses that are directly from the college. I've had a great experience with dual enrollment so far. I've really enjoyed the freedom that it's given me with my education, and I love how I can go at my own pace.
The expectations that I had is that it'd be pretty laid back because I could really determine at what time I want to do my own work, which in reality it really was that way. It didn't seem too difficult. I could make my own schedule, do my assignments whenever they needed to get done.
If you have enough self-discipline to regulate your work and your assignments.
Look at the classes that you want/need to take and research the professors in those specific courses. Like use Rate My Professor, because if you go on there you can see what kind of class they have, like whether it's more easy or whether it's more rigorous, or if the class has like certain attendance dates.
I'm a list maker. That really helps me with my time management skills.
All right, I hope you enjoyed those. So let's get back into it and let's start talking about the dual enrollment paperwork. So first off, we've got to look at our dual enrollment Georgia Student Finance paperwork, which is really online. So you got to go on to Georgia Futures, and this is located under the dual enrollment webpage on Georgia Futures, and you got to fill out their application. This is a fairly straightforward process, but this is a necessary step to get towards dual enrollment. So you fill out that application. Then we'll look at our paperwork for the Paulding County School District. So you're going to look at the student and parent acknowledgement form, and then the district exceptions form. So let's look at each one of those. So this first one is the dual enrollment student and parent acknowledgement form. So you can see here, although it'll show up a little bit better if you pull up the PDF. That we typically like to have this done by either April 1st for summer and fall semester or November 1st for the spring semester. And there's some places for you and your parent to initial and sign on there. Really, that first page, the one with the initials, it really just goes through all the dual enrollment rules and the things that you need to know prior to taking dual enrollment courses. Inside of that packet is the dual enrollment course planning form. So this is just your opportunity to work with your high school counselor to plan out the courses that you would like to have. So you would write out the stuff, the courses that you want to take for the fall, and then you write out the courses that you'd want to take for the spring, and then you would work with that high school counselor to make that happen. There is a district exceptions form. So there are some special circumstances that require district approval. One of those, option 1, is approval of more than 8.5 credits in a semester. So if you typically take 4 classes in a semester, let's say you want to take a 5th class outside of the day, really technically in your schedule, but it's inside of the same semester. You have to get approval for that, okay? If you are a full-time student and then you are wanting to take a dual enrollment course outside of your full student schedule, then you have to get approval for that, and vice versa. That's options 2 and 3. And then finally, we have self-pay. Self-pay for dual enrollment courses is really when you get to 30 hours and you've maxed out your funding for 30 hours. You can choose at that time to continue with dual enrollment, but you must pay for the course. So that enables you to continue to get double credit, meaning credit at the college level and credit at the high school level. That's only if you max out your 30 hours. So we do have students that do self-pay options. However, most of our students get to the 30-hour cap and they stop there. So this is what the dual enrollment exception form looks like. Again, you have to have that filled out by the counselor, and you have to get signatures from you, the student, and from the parent. And then we also have dual enrollment on high school campuses. There are a couple of situations where we could have dual enrollment courses through the high school campus. Really, this is mostly right now through our Paulding College and Career Academy. So we do have some specific dual enrollment coursework that is attached to those 4 pathways for our Paulding College and Career Academy. But we do have an opportunity to potentially take more dual enrollment courses, especially in the core areas, depending upon student interest. So in the future, we could offer in-person dual enrollment courses at PCCA, but it just kind of depends on students' scheduling and their desire to take that coursework. So here's some information about the Paulding College and Career Academy. Again, each one of these 4 pathways can have a dual enrollment component. The 4 pathways are energy, healthcare, IT and cybersecurity, and mechatronics. So those 4 areas are basically our pathway courses that students can take. They can come from any of our 5 high schools. They can be bused to PCCA from their high school. They can take specialized courses, and then they can be bused back to their original high school, or in some cases, they can provide their own transportation. But inside of these pathways, there are dual enrollment opportunities to be had. If you would like to contact anybody about the Paulding College and Career Academy or the Paulding Virtual Academy, you can contact Ms. Sharon Penley. She's the counselor at PVA/PCCA, and she can walk you through anything you would like to know about dual enrollment, taking it through the College and Career Academy or through the Virtual Academy. Where can I get more information? Number 1, your local high school counselor. The high school counselor is the most knowledgeable person in the building to help you through this process. It does seem like a lot, but it really isn't once you kind of get into it. Okay, so talk to your high school counselor, because really dual enrollment is a great opportunity for many of our students. Another place to get it is the dual enrollment course directory. You can pull up any course that you are interested in taking. You can see what college teaches each course. The district counseling website is a good place to find information about dual enrollment. And then, of course, Georgia Futures. This is where you fill out your funding application. You can see your Hope GPA, etc. And now let's hear from some of our local colleges that offer dual enrollment courses to our students.
Hello, thank you for showing interest in Chattahoochee Tech's dual enrollment program. My name is Annie Stone. I cover all of Paulding County as well as the College and Career Academy in Paulding, and will be telling you a little bit today about the dual enrollment program here at Chat Tech. A little bit about us. We have over 70 credentials within 52 programs. We have more than 10,000 students. We have a 98.7% job placement rate. We're affordable and convenient, and we are the largest technical college in the state of Georgia, as well as being SACS accredited. Our campus locations, we have 8 campus locations, including Appalachian, Austell, Canton, Marietta, Mountain View, North Metro, Paulding, and Woodstock. We offer our core classes online and on campus. The 2 most convenient campuses to Paulding County will be Paulding and North Metro. Chat Tech offers courses during the day, evening, and weekend. We offer both online and in-person classes. When a student comes to Chattahoochee Tech, they can choose to receive a certificate, a diploma, or an associate's degree. A certificate can take anywhere from 8 weeks to a year to complete. A diploma can take anywhere from a year to a year and a half, and an associate's degree will take them anywhere from 2 to 2.5 years, depending on which program of study they choose to go into. So a little bit about our dual enrollment program. We have our dedicated outreach specialists who are assigned to all of our students. We have convenient scheduling options. So if we have students who they go to work, they have high school schedules, we are able to work around those and accommodate them. We have 28 core classes that are guaranteed to transfer within the USG and TCSG. We have industry experienced CTAE instructors that are there to help our students. And we have free services available to all students, including tutoring, mental health counseling, career exploration, and much more. Who is eligible for dual enrollment? 9th graders are no longer eligible for dual enrollment. However, 10th graders are for CTAE type courses. If a 10th grader is wanting to take any core classes, they are required to have a minimum SAT score of 1200 or a minimum ACT score of 26. 11th and 12th graders can take any class, CTAE or core, without any restrictions, and they do not have to take the SAT or ACT to take these classes. So dual enrollment funding. Dual enrollment covers mandatory fees, tuition, and textbooks at 100% for the first 30 credit hours. Textbooks and access codes are provided by our college, so the students do not have to go out and buy the access code or textbooks on their own. Some courses are specific to fees, so cosmetology, auto, welding, diesel mechanic. Some of these programs do have fees that dual enrollment will not cover, but those are also we are upfront with all of our students about what those fees are, how much they cost, and what it covers. All courses must be on the college course directory for dual enrollment to approve their funding. You can find that list on Georgia Futures. So we have 28 courses that are guaranteed to directly transfer to any USG school. All of these are core classes, so all of these courses that you see here on the slide, all of these would be able to transfer. So if we have a student who wants to go to KSU, Georgia Highlands, Georgia Southern, UGA, Georgia Tech, all of these courses would guarantee to transfer with them if they took them through dual enrollment at Chattahoochee Tech. If you have any students interested in taking dual enrollment, our fall semester has closed, but spring is going to open at the end of August. Our application will open at the end of August, and the application deadline is November 17th, and our document deadline is November 30th. Thank you so much for showing interest in dual enrollment at Chattahoochee Tech. My name is Annie Stone. You can find my information below. Please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having all of your students at Chattahoochee Tech.
Take charge of your future with Georgia Highlands College. The dual enrollment program is a wonderful opportunity for students to be able to earn high school graduation credits as well as college credits. You can get a head start on your college degree while exploring areas of study you're interested in. Dual enrollment classes allow you to challenge yourself academically and experience the rigor of college coursework. Applicants should be sure to get their admission application submitted by the deadline shown here. The most up-to-date information on the application process and admissions requirements can be viewed by scanning the QR code and visiting GHC's dual enrollment page. Georgia Highlands was founded in 1970 as Floyd Junior College with one campus in Floyd County. We have expanded to multiple locations and offer a wide variety of associate and bachelor's degree options, and continue to add additional areas of study. We are a state public college that is part of the University System of Georgia. And as part of the USG, classes taken at GHC will transfer to any other school within the USG. GHC offers online and in-person classes. Classes can be taken during the fall, spring, and/or summer semesters. To be considered for the dual enrollment program, applicants must be a Georgia high school student attending a public or private high school or homeschool program, be in or going into the 10th, 11th, or 12th grade for the term applying for, and 9th grade students are not currently eligible to participate in the program. Be the age of 15 or older by the first day of the semester applying for, have a high school GPA of 3.0 in core curriculum classes, and be on track to complete the required high school as set forth by the University System of Georgia. Before beginning the application process, students should seek approval from their high school and then complete the following steps. Create a Georgia Futures account if you do not already have one. You will use your Georgia Futures account for both your GHC admissions application and dual enrollment funding application. Complete the GHC admissions application by the required deadline. Have your high school transcript sent to GHC. And have any previous dual enrollment college attendance transcripts sent to GHC. All the above are required before an admissions decision can be made. Students must be admitted before they can register for class. The following additional steps can be done in any order. If you have any AP score reports, have them sent to GHC. Submit your lawful presence document. Student and parent guardian complete the online Georgia Student Finance Commission funding application. Submit your GHC Certificate of Immunization or your GRITS form. Complete and submit the FERPA release form if you'd like us to be able to speak with your parent and guardian. And then monitor your check admission status page for outstanding requirements, holds, and your current admission status. GHC does not accept emailed or unofficial transcripts. These guidelines should be followed when submitting documents to prevent delays in processing your admissions documents and an admissions decision being made. Some of the most in-demand courses by dual enrollment students are English Composition 1, Introduction to Psychology, College Algebra, Human Communications, Public Speaking, American History 1 and 2, and Microeconomics and Macroeconomics. These classes, in addition to many others, will satisfy high school graduation requirements as well as give college credit. A complete list of approved dual enrollment funding courses is available on GHC's dual enrollment course directory. Note that GHC's dual enrollment students do not register themselves. When it is time to register for classes, directions will be emailed to admitted and continuing dual enrollment students on how to review the course offerings page and submit a dual enrollment course request form. To be eligible for dual enrollment funding, students must be enrolled in and attending a participating eligible public or private high school in Georgia or an eligible participating home study program in Georgia, be approved by the participating high school or home study program at which he or she is enrolled to participate in dual enrollment. Student and student's parent and guardian must complete the student participation agreement on the Georgia Futures website, completed the admissions process and been accepted and approved by the participating post-secondary institution, and be registered for the selective service if you are a male 18 years or older or turn 18 while receiving dual enrollment funding, and are a citizen or eligible non-citizen who came to the United States prior to age 26. Additionally, 10th grade students must meet Georgia Student Finance Commission testing requirements for funding eligibility by achieving at least an ACT composite score of 26 or an SAT total score of 1200. These scores must be submitted to dual enrollment at gsfc.org. 10th grade students who meet admissions requirements but not funding requirements will be responsible for paying tuition and fees and purchasing any required books, codes, materials out of pocket. Any grade level student who is eligible for funding but take unfunded classes or exceed the 30 credit hour max will be responsible for paying tuition and fees and purchasing any required course books, codes, materials out of pocket. Dual enrollment students have access to all GHC services and facilities at all GHC campus and sites, such as the Tutorial Center, the library, the Writing Center, the Fitness Lab and Gym, and Student Support Services, which includes disability accommodations and professional counseling. Dual enrollment students can also participate in events and clubs located on any GHC campus. Thank you for considering and taking time to learn about the dual enrollment program at Georgia Highlands College. If you have any questions, would like a copy of this PowerPoint to access the links, or would like more information, please contact Mary Ann Sailors, our dual enrollment coordinator.
Hello, my name is Shariah. I'm one of your dual enrollment coordinators here at KSU. So I'm going to do a little info session just to kind of update you all on a lot of our requirements that have changed since last semester and give you guys some information about our dual enrollment program. So we do offer priority registration for our dual enrollment students. This means that you get to register before everybody else in your class. This means that if you want 8 a.m.s or you want 8 p.m.s or you want to go to your high school in the morning and then come to us in the afternoon, vice versa, you have the flexibility to do that. You also have specialized dual enrollment advisors. These advisors will work with you throughout your entire process as a dual enrollment student. And then even if you want to come back as a freshman, which we'll talk about in just a second, they will help you with that process as well. Now, your advisors will also go over all the resources that we have here at KSU. As a dual enrollment student, you are like a mini owl here with us. So you will have access to all of the following resources. You'll have access to the Writing Center, tutoring services. You'll have access to our rec center, printing access, and all of the sports games as well. In your senior year, we'll have a streamlined process of becoming a freshman. So this doesn't mean that you don't submit another application or that you're automatically accepted. You will have to do an application, but we send you a special application. That way you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay the $40 application fee that the rest of our freshmen pay, and you will still follow the freshman admission requirements. So you still get to attend new student orientation. You still get to meet the rest of your freshman class and go through the process as if you are becoming a freshman. Now, our admissions requirements. These here are listed are the requirements for our juniors and our seniors. We do have a 3.0 minimum GPA, and we are now test optional. So if you have a 3.2 or higher, you do not have to submit test scores. Now, I want to emphasize that this GPA is recalculated. So we're only looking at your core classes, that English, math, that science, that social science. We are not looking at any of your extracurriculars, any of your PE classes, your arts classes. We don't look at any of those classes. So keep in mind that if you have a 3.2 on your on your high school transcript, doesn't necessarily mean that's what we'll recalculate it to be. So just keep that in mind. Juniors and seniors can submit SAT, ACT scores, or PSAT scores, or Accuplacer scores. So for the Accuplacer exam, we do offer that here at KSU in our testing center. If you are interested in taking that exam, we do recommend SAT and ACT over the Accuplacer, just because the Accuplacer typically does not get you college admission into college if you are interested in coming as a freshman. Only SAT, ACT. So just keep that in mind when you are submitting test scores. Now, SAT scores must be sent directly from College Board. ACT scores must be sent directly from ACT. If you are submitting PSAT scores, those must be sent directly to us from your high school counselor. Now, for my sophomores, you must have a 3.0 GPA. We do not do test optional for sophomores. So you have to have the GPA and you have to submit SAT or ACT scores. That's a 1,200 total on the SAT or 26 total on the ACT. Again, 10th graders cannot submit AccuPlacer scores or PSAT scores for their acceptance. Now, what does our admissions process look like? You will apply to Kennesaw State University. You'll fill out your admissions application. The application can be accessed through our website. Once you click Apply Now and make sure you are applying as a dual enrollment student, it will reroute you to Georgia Futures. Our application is on Georgia Futures, so just make sure that you log in, or if you haven't created an account, you do create a Georgia Futures account and you will fill out that application. Then you will submit your official high school transcript. You can submit this electronically, or you can bring a copy into the office. You can also mail it into our undergraduate admissions office. We do recommend electronic is the best form to get that to us, or bringing it into the office. As we all know, sometimes things can get lost in the mail or in transit. So just keep that in mind when you're submitting that transcript. If you have dual enrolled at any colleges or have previous dual enrollment experience, make sure you do submit your college transcripts to us. A lot of students will ask, well, this is on my high school transcript. Do I still need to submit a college transcript? The answer is yes, we do still need your college transcript. You will submit official test scores, so your SAT, ACT scores, and if you have any AP scores, go ahead and submit those as well. AP scores get sent directly from College Board. So keep that in mind. You cannot email them to us. If they are emailed, they are considered unofficial. So they've got to come directly from College Board. Then we have what is called a dual enrollment new student form. This is an agreement between you and us. You and your parent will sign this form. It is a DocuSign. So the student will submit their portion, and then your parent will be emailed a portion to submit as well. And then you will complete your dual enrollment funding application. So the funding application is not something we necessarily need to make your admissions decision, but it is an important part of your process as a dual enrollment student. So this is how we make sure that your classes are funded, and we'll talk about that in a second. But make sure that you do not get this application confused with the application to the university. They are both done through Georgia Futures. However, the admissions application is accessed through our website. It will reroute you to Georgia Futures. The funding application is accessed directly through Georgia Futures, so keep that in mind. Now, our admissions deadlines, we always encourage you to apply as early as possible, so just keep that in mind as we're going through these deadlines. For spring 2024, that application deadline is November 3rd. The document deadline is November 17th. What do I mean by documents? So that's that high school transcript, your SAT, ACT scores, and your dual enrollment new student form. So all of those documents must be submitted by the document deadline. And when I say submitted, that means we need to have received them by then. So keep in mind with test scores, SAT, ACT scores take about 2 to 3 weeks to send. So as soon as you take those tests, go ahead and have them automatically sent to us. For summer 2024, that application deadline is March 29th. That document deadline is April 12th. For fall 2024, that application deadline is April 12th, and the document deadline is April 26th. Again, we encourage you to apply as early as possible. All 3 of these applications are now open. So if you do want to go ahead and apply, I encourage you to apply as soon as you can. Now, our class offerings, we do offer classes on the Kennesaw and the Marietta campus. We offer in-person, online, and hybrid options to our dual enrollment students. So you will work with your high school counselor to see which mode works best for you. If you want to come and do hybrid, so you'll come in person Monday, Wednesday, and be online Friday, or you'll come in person Tuesday and be online Thursday. Make sure you're working with your counselor to see what is the best option for you, because it will be different for all students. You will also, you can be fully online at any point in time. If you want to take all of your dual enrollment classes online, you can. Lastly, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our email is depoffice@kennesaw.edu, and this is our website. And if you have any questions, please feel free to also call the undergraduate admissions office at the number listed here. Thank you.
All right, and we're back. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Again, dual enrollment is a great opportunity. We want as many of our students and parents to know that it exists, that it's out there, it's available to them. But we also want you to know that this is an individual decision between the students and the parents, working with the high school counselor about, trying to expand our options for many of our students, but also realizing that it's not for everyone, right? So if you have questions, the best thing to do is to reach out to your local high school counselor at our 5 high schools. They're going to be the best people to provide the answers that you need. Okay? So if you have questions, reach out to them. I appreciate your time. Have a good evening.